Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Bran and welcome back to the 100% playthrough of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Now I do believe it's about time that we try and leave the continent, quote unquote, behind and visit some islands. Hence why we are finally continuing with the main quest of finding Ciri, which is Destination Skellige. The search for Ciri had taken Yennefer to the windswept Skellige Isles. That is to say, lest your mind fill with visions of our elegant sorceress shivering on some barren rock, it had taken her to a suite of comfortable rooms near Kaer Trolde castle on the Isle of Ard Skellig. Geralt was to join her and thus set off to the port in Novigrad, where he hoped to find a captain bold enough to brave the pirate-infested waters en route. Okay, Skellige. I'm really excited about this. I am really looking forward to a slight change in scenery. And it looks like we have our first captain over here.
Who's captain of this ship?
Looking at her. Aye, her. That's right. I, a woman, am captain. Shocking as shit, I know.
Take me to Skellige?
Need to get to Skellige.
Not on this boat, you won't.
Pay you well.
The islanders live off plunder in the seas. Not willing to risk that.
Ever been there then?
Ever sailed there?
Listen. The islanders attack all ships. When they hate someone, Nilfgaard for instance, they attack him more. But truth be told, not much more. Murdered me once. Expect they wanted to see if I had captain's bollocks. That spot of fun gave me enough Skellige for a lifetime.
Okay, yeah. In that case, goodbye. Okay, we need to go to the other side of the port and see if we can find somebody else who's willing to take us. For a townswoman, probably on board of this ship.
Well, it's a miracle he came.
You captain of this tub?
What's it to you?
Well, we need to get to Skellige.
I'm Skellige bound. Need to get there.
Start swimming. Islanders, the black ones, all attack us in those waters. No one sails the route these days.
Come on. Clans are ready to deal. Leave you alone if you do. Someone's done it. Gotta have.
Not likely. Except maybe that daft bastard Wolverston from the Atropos. A liar, a thief, and a bugger, that one. He might have parlayed with the sea swine.
Where can I find him?
In a pigsty most times. Others, the Golden Sturgeon. Ask for Flask. Everyone knows him.
Okay, sounds like we are going to the Golden Sturgeon to find, hopefully, the captain that will take us to Skellige. Luckily, the sturgeon's just around the corner. Captain Wolverstone, hello.
You, Wolverston, captain of the Atropos?
So you want to know if I'm Atropos, captain of the Wolverston? No fucking clue, mate.
I need to get to Skellige.
My Atropos and me, we're due to sail for Ard Skellig,
Yeah.
carrying grain. But that's hush-hush. Got any coin?
1,000 gold. Yeah, sure, we'll pay.
Here. That enough?
Hefty sack, like a bowls. When do we sail?
Not sure you're ready. You can barely stand.
Know this, stranger. Captain Wolverston never sails sober. The sea goes one way, Wolverston the other. Makes the rocking bearable. So,
Makes
ready to set sail?
sense, yes. Makes sense. Let's go, yeah.
Let's go.
First, we must drink to the wind, To good fortune, and to the strength of my atropos. Anchors away.
And so we leave Novigrad behind. And set for Skellige. And as we were warned, pirates... Wait, is this not... Why do I have a rusty melon sword equipped? Oh goodness me. Yeah, this is something else then. No, that's wrong. There we go. This should make things out easy. Oh dear.
Back off or I'll kill you.
I'm not afeard of dying.
Rob corpses much, or you of Clan Uncrate? Both a good question. Because Ard Skellig does belong to the Clan Uncrate, but they do share it with Clan Drummond, if I'm not mistaken. But let's ask away.
See, I've landed on Ard Skellig.
How you figure that?
You're wearing Clan Uncrate colors. Ard Skellig's their island.
On the Atropos, were you?
Yeah, thought the captain had a deal with you.
With us? Meaning who exactly? Might have arranged something with Lugos, but crack? Nay. Clearly should have, though. Outlander ships aren't welcome in these waters. What about you? What do you seek in Skellige, eh?
Agreed to meet a sorceress here. Yennefer of Vengerberg. She's supposed to be on Ard Skellig.
There's a witch at Kaer Trolde. Croc's guest. Could be the one you're meeting.
You don't like her?
That scorn I hear in your voice.
You've good ears. Folks say this witch got Croc wrapped around her finger. Orders everyone about. Word is she's vicious at it. But a hag's a hag.
Oh, he's not that wrong about Yennefer. She can be like that sometimes. What's Croc's guest look like?
Seen her? Know what the sorceress looks like?
Aye. Wears black and white. If not for her tits, you'd think she was a beached orca. Fact is, even those who see her for a wench would gladly push her out to sea, tits and all.
Oh, sorceresses can be like that.
Yennefer's not all bad, once you get to know her.
Take your word for it. Know the way to Kaer Trolde?
Expect I'll find it.
Head north. Then turn west towards the bay before you come to the bridge. You'll find the Jarl portside today. Your sorceress ought to be there too.
Thanks. So long.
Well, that's very, very good to know. Oh, look at this. I don't know why the camera is swaying like that, but... Oh, and the soundtrack is just amazing, especially for Skellige. Obviously, we have some new monsters that we are about to encounter, I do believe. An apple. Dwarven spirit. I guess this is the Atropos that didn't survive. A lot of things to loot. Dwarven axe. A lot of master crafted stuff. Repair kits. And if we go around here, conveniently there's the captain, and conveniently there's our 1,000 crowns that we paid him. So don't mind if I take what belongs to me. And let's see over here what we have.
Magic. A place of power.
And here we are with our new opponents, Sirens. Unfortunately, we do have a bestiary entry about them already. Hence why they are not showing up on the screen as new monsters. Let's do this, let's do this. Make short process of them. Siren's vocal cords. And a ton of loot, which is something I like seeing. Skellige, its history and geography. We will, of course, read that. It's not that long. Skellige, the political entity, encompasses the archipelago of the same name, composed of 20 individual isles. The largest of them are Ard Skellig, Skellig, Undwick, Faroe, Spikerog, and Hindersfjall. Originally, these islands were inhabited by independent clans, but these later united to face the growing threat from barbarians, as well as the rising powers of the continent. Skellige then became an elective monarchy ruled by a king chosen from among the Jarl's clan chieftains. The present leader of the Skelligers is Bran of Clan Twersach. It is worth noting that, in contrast to the situation in the kingdoms on the continent, in Skellige each inhabitant is a citizen and enjoys equal rights regardless of birth, trade, or the property they possess. On account of the rocky and often barren terrain and inhospitable climate, the inhabitants of Skellige gain their sustenance primarily from fishing, maritime trade, and armed raiding. Though this last is primarily the work of men, female warriors are not unheard of, and they equal their fathers and brothers in courage and skill, where Skelligers believe that each is master of his or her own fate, and when Freya determines a man's or woman's destiny, she looks only to inner predispositions and cares not for outward traits or status or sex. And I also picked up a book in the hospital off screen while I was going on my way to the Hierarch Square called Beliefs of Skellige Druids. The disciples of the Isle's local pantheon are not the sole spiritual devotees in Skellige, for some druids also called the archipelago home. Yet this is no cause for conflict, for Freya's adherents and the druid circle coexist and treat each other with great respect. What welds these two faiths together? A common worship of the divinity found in the earth, fertility, love, and birth. To the druids, men form a part of nature and should treat the world around them with the utmost respect. They hold that since nature gave life, her most precious gift, to humans and the other civilized races, they should live in harmony with her, yielding their will to her. Druids are seen as wise men and priests and are held in high esteem by society. They act as spiritual guides, herbalists, and alchemists. Skelligers seek their counsel in times of trouble, summon them when ill, and ask them to settle thorny conflicts. Like their continental brethren, the Druids of Skellige have a circle, an area set aside in their holy grove where they assemble, meditate, and study sacred tomes. Many Druids are capable of wielding magic. Moving on, let's loot this. I do believe there is a chest here. Very nice. And we also
Siren Den.
have, a siren den.
For them.
So let's get rid of this. Plop. And we have an echidna, which is, I think, more powerful than normal sirens, if I'm not mistaken though. Let's do this. Yeah, she is ugly. There we go. That's a monster nest cleared. Let's put the sword away. I don't think we'll need it anymore. And let's continue on. Grab a couple of things over here that are lying about. I have to watch my weight, just so I don't get encumbered right away. It's 6 p.m. on a very nice day here in Ard Skellig. So I don't think I actually grabbed this place of power. No, I didn't.
Medallion's humming. Place of power. It's gotta be.
Thank you for the point. Let's put that immediately into Quen. This unlocks at level 22. So a level away. And I do want to, before we go further, I do want to check in the alchemy section what we can make. We can make a short decoction. And we have a catachan and a leshen decoction. Very nice. Oils, we can't craft any. Potions, enhanced white honey. I'll take that any day. And quests, chortler, that's something we hopefully don't need anymore. We did need it for just that one specific quest. Let's hop onto Roach.
Come on, Roach.
And see where exactly Kaer Trolde is. And let's meet Yennefer Crossroads. We have our first marker. Waypoint. There we go. Over on here. There's a vendor. I do want to stop here.
Looking to get hired on a ship.
Talk to the merchant.
Looking to buy?
What do you have in stock?
Show me your wares.
There we go. And I do want to stop here because he has these maps, which cost like 200, so basically nothing. And we can also sell a bit of this junk that we have just to get some of the weight down. Would be nice. I kind of want to keep the painting. Concerned Citizen Sermon. And get rid of the books. For sure. There we go. And we have a lot of books to get rid of, so we can cash in a lot. There we go. A lot of duplicates as well. We might even get rid of all of them. That would be nice. And what else can we sell you? Good man. Mastercraft saddle can go. Racing saddle can go. and the Ervelus as well.
So long.
What's that supposed to mean?
And now let's open these maps. There we go. The Lonesome World Guide to Ard Skellig. Not that long. What time of the year is best for visiting Ard Skellig? Anytime. To whom is such a sailburn recommended? To anyone who seeks adventures, craves miraculous views, and adores charming villages. These last Ard Skellig has in spades. It is the most densely inhabited isle in the archipelago, though that does not mean it lacks virgin forests or untrammeled landscapes. Particularly worthy of a visit are the villages of Randvik, Arenbjorn, and last but not least Holmstein, one of the most important ports in all the isles. Anyone lucky enough to enjoy the sea voyage to Arenbjorn will surely notice the majestic lighthouse guiding ships to its harbour. Built at the behest of the famed Ard Skellig, it constitutes one of the most fascinating spots on the isle and offers breathtaking views of the entire region. The most spectacular vista on Ard Skellig, however, most certainly be that of Kaer Trolde, a fortress cut out the mountain overlooking the bay and serving as a home seat to the powerful Uncrate clan. According to legend, Grimjar, mythical Skellige hero and founder of Clan Uncrate, carved the fortress with his bare hands. For more on this, see the History and Culture section. And we have the Lonesome World Guide to Ard Skellig. Ard Skellig is a weary traveler's paradise. Those seeking respite from the hustle and bustle of urban life need look no further. Those yearning for peace, quiet, and transcendental views, the kind that leave one short of breath and renewed in spirit, will find satiation on this isle. Here one may enjoy long walks along the most charming beaches in the Isles, one whose beauty far outshines that of the decidedly overrated coasts of Kovir. Yet the true jewel of Ard Skellig is its port, which is famed for its skilled craftsmen, considered by many to be the best in the Isles. Ard Skellig's shipbuilders have passed down the secrets of their trade from generation to generation for centuries, perfecting it into something which can proudly, and with no exaggeration, be called art. Naturally, as a result, one must wait twice as long for a vessel ordered from the local shipwrights than one ordering from lesser workmen. Lastly, it would be a crime to discuss Ard Skellig without mentioning the superb and surprisingly sophisticated local cuisine. Its speciality, sturgeon roasted to golden perfection in a sea salt crust and served with carrot shavings and a sprinkling of mint. Sadly, this dish, once a mainstay of every tavern and seaside fish fry, now has become a rarity due to the overfishing that caused a dramatic decline in population of that most delicious of fish. The Lonesome World Guide to Faroe. The most southerly thrusting outcrop of the Skellige archipelago is the wild and untamed Isle of Faroe. Visiting here is a must for experienced travelers undeterred by unexplored wilderness and nature at its reddest in tooth and claw. Which is not to say that Faroe is uninhabited, just that its vibrant primeval landscapes, not its human settlements, constitute its primary attraction. Acting as sole exception to this, and providing a wonderful treat to adventure-seeking travelers, is the port of Harviken, the home village to Clan Dimmen. With a bit of luck, one might find oneself there when the clan's warriors return from their overseas raids and divide their plunder. A days-long feast is thrown in the warriors' honor afterwards, providing an excellent opportunity to sample local delicacies and observe local customs. For more on this, see the Feasts and Festivals chapter. Then we have the Lonesome World Guide to Huntersfjall. The smallest of the Skellige Isles is also the birthplace of the Islanders' culture. Skellige believes themselves direct descendants of Otkell, a legendary hero who was the first practitioner of the cult of Freya in the Isles. He erected a beautiful temple in honor of the goddess on Hindersfjall. Sadly, the temple has been closed to visitors in recent years due to concerns about the possible theft of the famous diamond Brisingamer ornamenting the goddess's statue. Otkell has constructed a fantastic garden near the temple. This can still be visited upon making prior arrangements with the priestess's mother superior. An enticing option for those wishing to visit Hindersfjall is the package excursion offered by the Congregation of Freya worshippers in Povis. Thanks to a long-standing agreement with the Isle's priestesses, they can offer tours of all the local highlights at a very reasonable price. This is by far the best option for families with children or the elderly. The Lonesome World Guide to Undvik. Once prospering, Undvik was the second, after Ard Skellig, most frequently visited isle in the archipelago. Among its ample charms are a prime location, picturesque scenery, and a sublime local cuisine. Sadly, the isle was recently devastated when some monstrous frosty giant awoke from his long slumber and began murdering and destroying whatever lay at hand. After this occurrence, many realms issued an official edict, a warning cautioning their residents to avoid travel to Undvik. Nevertheless, the isle still attracts many travelers. There are no longer primarily lovers of carefree relaxation, however. Instead, they are adventure seekers and mercenaries hoping to earn the bounty put on the giant's head, or barring that, at least get a glimpse of this fantastic creature with their own eyes. Though this is indeed a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to witness such a sight, we are duty-bound to advise anyone thinking of visiting Undvik to postpone their trip until conditions improve, or even better, alter their plans and visit one of Skellige's many other attractive isles, where the risk of being disemboweled by a colossal man-beast is significantly lower. And last but not least, the Lonesome World Guide to Spikerock. Though Spikerock is not the most frequently visited of the Skellige Isles, one cannot deny it has a certain inescapable charm. Particularly bewitching are the snow-capped peaks towering over its southern and western shores. Spikerock will surely please lovers of the martial arts. The northern portion of the isle is home to the famed arena where local warriors test their strength in no-holds-barred bounds. South of the arena lies the village of Sworlag, home of Clan Brokvar. Located on a picturesque bay, Sworlag is particularly lovely to visit in the summer and around the feasts of Beltane. South of Sworlag sprawls a primeval wilderness that serves as Clan Brokvar's chief hunting grounds. Visiting the southern portions of the isle should be reserved only for extremely experienced travelers, for they are completely wild, inhospitable, and deprived of all human settlements. The area is crawling with dangerous creatures of all kinds, described in more detail in the fauna and flora section. One should also show particular caution when traveling near the caves along the isle's coast. Okay, now we have discovered with reading these some markers,
Closer, stranger.
and as you can see, they are all being now listed. So we have Ranvig, Redgill, Grotto, Ruined Inn, Holmstein's Port, Arnbjorn, Marling Coast, Harviken, Larvik, Riala Harbour, and Sworlag, respectively, each on their own island, of course. And we have a couple of, well, several 8 notice boards in total. And these 8 notice boards will uncover, as you'll see later on, a ton of question marks on the sea in particular. Now, we need to go to port of Kaer Trolde. I do believe we read enough for today. Ruined Inn.
Got to be ready for the funeral. Rather send us away with Bran.
Funeral? Here.
Why can't I play today, Dad?
We've got to go to the port if they're waiting Bran.
Bid farewell to kill. Oh, the king is dead.
Amongst the living is but the wink of an eye.
You need not do this, child.
I know, but I want to.
Tis madness. Such a young lass.
Erna should be the one going. They shared a bed longer.
Silence. 'Tis her decision.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. Nice to see you again. The eulogy.
King Bran of Clan Trolde has embarked on his final voyage. At its end, our glorious ancestors await him. Together they will hunt and raid. They will sit round the fire and praise the deeds of ages past. For now, he lives in our hearts. One day, we too shall stand at his side and face the sea together. That will be a good day.
You knew, Bran, you smell wonderful, Geralt. Please, you are at a funeral. So let's ask the more decent question. And ask if she knew Bran.
You knew Bran?
Yes, he was well respected. Unlike his wife.
Skellige is its clans. In times of war, tradition holds the clans unite under the leadership of their king. We bid Bran farewell. Time to pick his successor who will lead us against the Black Ones. The gates of Kaer Trolde stand open to all who held Bran of Clan Trolde dear. Mead and meat will be plentiful. During the wake, those who believe themselves worthy of the crown will step forth.
Go to the wake with me, not in the mood. We're awake, want to run away with you, spend some time alone. Somewhat tells me that we should go to the wake and not really, let's say, roll in the hay with Yennefer in this case. Go to the wake with me?
Come to the wake with me?
Gladly. Feasts in Skellige, so predictable. Slobbering drunks, brazen boasting, and the inevitable rows that result.
Yeah, nothing like the banquets mages attend. Remember the one on Thanet?
You were there. How could I forget? I also remember excruciatingly well what happened after the banquet.
Reading my mind. Really hate it when you read my mind. Okay, if there's anything that Geralt hates, that I know he hates, is when Yennefer reads his mind. And portals, so...
Stop reading my mind.
Something to hide?
Don't like secrets?
No. Did you learn anything in Velen?
As far as Velen's concerned...
Velen. Awful place. Somehow Ciri wound up at the castle of the local ruler, a baron, self-proclaimed. This was after she was injured.
Injured? Was it serious?
Don't think so. Must have recovered because this baron sent her on to Novigrad. Think she was looking for you at the time. These witches Ciri came across, she was lucky to escape them.
Witches?
Creatures more like. Can't say exactly what they are, but they're dangerous. Very. Also ran into an old friend of ours in Velen, Kira.
What on earth is Kira Metz doing in that wasteland?
Hiding from witch hunters. Listen, she told me an elven mage had been there looking for Ciri.
Good. You'll need to tell me more when we have some time.
We definitely will. And as for Novigrad...
Been to Novigrad. Ciri was there, looking for a way to lift some curse. She's not there anymore.
You're certain?
Heard it from Dandelion, with no embellishments.
Do you know any more about this curse?
Not much. Ciri ran into some trouble, never finished what she went there to do. I recovered a phylactery. She was looking for a way to enchant it.
I'll look at it later.
Okay, and what have you learned, Yennefer?
How about you? What have you learned?
Something strange happened on Ard Skellig a time ago. A disaster brought about by a burst of magic. Extraordinary, really. Natural anomaly. Never seen anything like it. My intuition tells me Ciri was its cause.
As much as I respect your intuition, Yen, we need something specific. Evidence.
I'd know for certain if I was able to inspect the disaster zone. Unfortunately, Ermion and his druids aren't letting anyone near.
Ermion is chief druid here?
Ermion's head of the Skellige circle? Haven't seen him since...
Since Ciri was a little girl. I doubt he'll do you any favors, not even for old time's sake.
Why won't they let you examine the zone?
So why won't Ermion let you inspect the area of the anomaly?
Call it a difference of opinion. A large, loud difference. Look, it's Krach.
White Wolf!
Greetings, Krach.
I shall see you at the wake, and I'll not accept any excuses. I've an important matter to discuss with you.
I shall wear black and white for the feast. I count on you to don something complimentary. Something that doesn't reek of 1,000 hunts.
Yen, you know I can't stand new doublets. Just too tight till you break them in.
And just like Krach, I'll not accept any excuses. We're not here to enjoy ourselves. We've matters to resolve and should dress appropriately. I've rented a room at the inn. Took the liberty of laying out some clothes for you there. You ought to go. Choose something. In the meantime, I've something to attend to. We'll meet at the entrance to the feast hall.
Sounds good. Sounds like a really, really good idea. Okay, the king is dead. Long live the king. Now we need to go to Yennefer's rooms and put on formal attire. Sadly, Geralt is not a fan, as we know. We do have quests apparently there already. And we also have a notice board. Message from the Druids. Sons and daughters of Clan Uncrate. Every year the winters grow more severe. The snows melt later, the ice recedes later, crocuses grow later, and ewes lamb later. So let this be a warning. Start saving food early, dry it and smoke it, lest you not make it through the next frost. Ermion. Contract Stolen Sword. Olaf, lead guard at Kaer Trolde, would like to make the following known. Someone snuck into the Uncrate armory and stolen the sword known as Skellige. The yellow-bellied scoundrel who did the deed was seen leaving the village via the southern gate, heading towards the old fort. Whoever helps recover the sword will receive a reward worthy of his efforts, and whoever helps the thieves, a death worthy of his treachery. Contract Woodland Spirit. Warriors of Skellige. If there's a man of ye brave enough to face the Woodland Spirit, the cruel oppressor of the inhabitants of Fairland, he'll get a reward that'll keep him in mead for a long while. We're not rich, but we've gathered a fair bit of coin between us. Come to Fairland and ask for Sven. Contract Muire Diablen. Craving glory and gold, got a sharp blade and not afeard of death, and come see Bjorg the master boat builder, for he's got work for you. It's the Muire Diablen in the Kaer Trolde Bay. They need to be killed, for they've multiplied and grown so fierce you run into them every time you leave the harbour. Kill the beasts and you'll become famed throughout all the isles, and your purse will be heavy with gold. Gwent lessons. I am currently taking on pupils for lessons in the playing of Gwent. I shall only teach those who display discipline, a logical mindset, and the will to learn. Those with special aptitude are particularly welcome. Pupils must acquire and supply their own cards. I am also seeking more experienced players as partners to provide a challenge and a chance of the mutual improvement of our skills. Ermion Druid. Fistfights. Strong as a sea lion, slippery as an eel, and ready to fight against the best, join our tournament and face the mightiest fists in the Isle. Valrad of Kaer Trolde, Einar of Faroe, and Grim of Arnbjorn. Don't delay, glory and honor are just a fistfight away. And now let's see how many question marks we uncovered. And this is just with one notice board. Imagine what will happen when we read all of these. Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. I can tell you that much. There we go. That's something we read. Fist of Fury. And this is the room
This has got to be Yen's room.
Yeah,
to
Yen's chambers, the door to Yen's chambers. And we'll need to put on formal attire. Looks like it's over here. Skellige tunic, so we need to dress as a Skelliger. But that is something we will do in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching and following Geralt and I's adventures here on the channel. In case you liked this video, why don't you leave a like, maybe comment down below, or even subscribe, especially if you like the content I generally put out on my channel. It would mean a lot to me, and it would also help grow the channel a lot. In case you want to follow me on my socials, they are listed down in the description below. And I'd say that's it from me for this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!